thought I'd do this quick video on my excitement and why we are going ahead with this Gary Vaynerchuk, VaynerMedia, Vayner Mentors thing. So initially I started watching Gary Vee three years ago, probably. Still working in a hospital. I had a couple of businesses. What really got me going was the fact that he was someone that was a successful business person, much more successful now, but a successful business person that didn't wear a suit and swore. Yeah, that simple. There was just a degree of authenticity around that versus every other business mentor, coach, bullshit artist that's out there. It makes me sick. Some of the motivational speakers, business coaches, and people giving advice, just how they are. It all just seems very planned and fake, and big noting themselves in quite an inauthentic way. It's like faking it till you make it type deal, and I hate that. And there was something about his stuff that really spoke to me, because me as a human, I am as I am. There is no faking it. It is exactly who I am all the time, always. And I appreciated that he was similar. And then moving on to that, it was just not necessarily like, there were some things that he said which were great, which were awesome, that he did not mean for them to be motivational, but it was more around watching him, what he did, rather than what he said. Just looking at different socials, looking at the different things that he was doing in his business, and how he was growing it, and I guess learning from that, and why I have an affinity for it, and why we decided to go through with this Vayner Mentors thing is because we're at a stage here and now with the business where we're still growing really rapidly, and because we've grown so rapidly, there are some cracks that are starting to show. And although I think I know, so I think that's the differentiation. I think I know what we need to do moving forward to go to the next level, to continue to be successful. There's all new contracts constantly coming. We've got the work. It's just about a confirmation almost of what we're doing is right. The fact that he is a human, just based on videos, and you're like, oh, that's not a real person. Well, I met him in person and he was the exact same dude. But the point is that him as a person will be able to add value to our organization in terms of their insight once they learn more about us. And then to go deeper than that, he's very high level. Is to go deeper than that is his extended team that work with the Vayner Mentors thing with individual businesses, to take them to the next level. So they'll bring a lot of experience and clarity around what we're doing, ensure that we are doing the right things, giving me the confirmation, a little tick, but then also assisting us with growth. So even though we're growing very successfully in the areas that we're growing in, there's always an opportunity for differentiation. And I see quite a few opportunities that I know are there for us. It's just I don't have the capacity to grow it myself. But also it may be less capacity and more around know-how of, all right, well, that is actually how you should do it. Taking the guesswork out of the implementation and execution of it is what I think we'll get most value from. So yeah, there's definitely areas where I see gaps, just like I saw a gap to build Fuel Your Life. I see gaps in the Australian market at minimum. International market, look, we'll see what happens. But I see gaps that we could exploit, and I think their team, I think Gary, they're going to help. So ultimately, that is why I went through with it. That's why I signed the dotted line. That's why I committed to it. And already there's this effect internally to me that is positive, that I am now pushing even harder than what I was. I'm being more strategic, thinking about extra people that I can hire because the work is going to come. Instead of me personally doing 5, 6, 7 people's roles, decentralizing a little bit, giving people or hiring people that have those skills so they can handle that, and I can handle more strategy across the whole thing. So I think overall, that is what they'll bring. That is why we're doing it. That's why I really got into Gary Vee and his content. And the reason why I chose them is because I respect him to the point that I'm going to be fine with them punching me in the face and going, "You're shit. What you're doing is crap. You can do better. This is what you should do." And I'll listen, versus some kind of shyster that I have no respect for based on my thought process of them being inauthentic and faking it and not knowing. I have full faith in Gary Vee and his team by association. So I'm really, really looking forward to what's going to happen. It's going to be nuts.